Drennan, FAIRBAIRN Protocol H2H. I want to talk today a little bit about Bob's ribs. I'm hoping you can see it well enough. I had some trouble with the lighting trying to get this out, so I'm hoping you see it. You can see on Bob here, and you might see on other people as well who have the same type of t-shirt, they're a dummy. This area right from here to here, okay, from here to here is blue. The rest is white. Why is that? The reason why is because every one of these blue lines is cartilage. It's not bone. This is cartilage that allows the lungs to expand and contract while breathing. Now, you can definitely break bones, but what I want to bring to is the tension of cartilage, and specifically cartilage joints, where cartilage joins to bone is at the point where it's the most fragile. Also, when we have high areas of concentration, we have the most flexibility. These are two things that can be used by a combatant to great advantage. For example, on a human, from the nipple down is the line of the cartilage. So without any fancy targeting, we know that that's a line of weakness. Once it gets down to here, to over the liver area, if you feel your liver area, you feel that there's a bone structure over it. It's not bone, it's cartilage, and therefore has a lot of flexibility. That's why we can get some dynamite movements in there with regard to deep penetration into the liver, and on the opposite side into the spleen. Best shot for these, of course, is the edge of hand. Having said that, I'm sure you've seen in boxing, if you follow it at all, the effect of a liver punch. So, whether it be a boxing glove with quite the mass area, or the bare knuckles, or with the edge of hand, that flexibility that we have here allows that rib protector, which is cartilage, to get punched in, moved in, and cause that excessive transfer of power to the organ underneath, spleen, liver. Along here, you could pitch a similar thing with regard to the lung, and hence you get lung punches. But what I would bring your attention to is the ability to crack it. So we have an ability to come in here and crack this. The best way to do that is blunt force. So the best blunt force that is highly mobile is the knee. If the man's lying on the ground, then of course it's the foot, as we stomp. If we stomp anywhere from under the nipple down to his waistline, there's a very good chance we're going to get a significant score for that stomp. And a very good chance we're going to break that joint between the rib and the cartilage. If we do that, then we will have an effect, cause a very big complication to his respiratory system. He'll have a very hard time breathing, and depending on how great the break, it'll be extremely painful. So, interesting. So we can bring Bob down and strike into the knee, strike the knee into the ribs, or we could come into the flexible part here under the sternum, go to the solar plexus in a similar fashion. Of course, you have the punch available there, and even FAIRBAIRN does a punch there. We can bring up underneath into the liver from the side. So we have those variabilities. Come in from this side and strike into the spleen on the opposite side, though I prefer direct power lines. I prefer direct power lines that go through that to the spine, the most stable part of the human body when he's standing erect. Of course, if he's down on the ground, we could put boots down into these, or boots into these, either heel or toe. But there's another aspect, and that's when we start to fall down. When we're getting taken to the ground with an opponent who perhaps even knows what he's doing there, which is highly dangerous to us, we're not ground fighters, but we are smart. So when we go down and get pulled, instead of trying to resist and control our balance and getting pulled down all awkward, it's a better thing to go with it. Now, of course, the knee can go into the testicles as you land, or abdominal area, bladder. But that's not the point I'm going after today. I'm going to take about anything from that nipple down. If you can land on him with your hand, if you can land on him with your elbow, if you can land on him with your knee, there's a very good chance of putting him out of the game immediately as he hits the ground, and you follow right down on top of him before he gets any chance to start doing any evasive action and or counter movement like a jiu-jitsu guy would be doing. Because when you're going down with a jiu-jitsu guy, he knows that world. He's not falling down going, gee, what's going on? He's already setting up for the bottom. When he's going to hit the ground, he's going to act. Us guys, not so much, because we don't have that training in that area. But all we have to do, and I don't like the word all we have to do, it's like it's a magic thing, but one of the options that we can do that creates an advantage for us is to fall down with something into those areas, and that can cause that moment of which gives us the chance to respond with something else, something more viable, that'll give us another chance to survive. So we rob his chest move by causing a movement in him, a flinch movement, so to speak. I don't think a flinch movement is the proper term exactly, but I want you to understand it's that moment of when you get hurt, you know, when you get that shot you don't expect, that allows you to stall his next movement enough so you can get something else more decisive. And that may be, as I said, in, you know, a chin jab or into the eyes or whacking down in the throat or something. By all means, if there's other opportunities, land on his throat, you know, land on the side of his head. But I don't want to start expanding. I want to talk about the ribs. So that's the area from here all the way down where it's very flexible over the organs, landing down, and you land right, shot right into his liver, full body weight coming down. Because remember, you're not resisting and trying to stand up. You're going with him. You are in a sense attacking while falling. And you're not going to be able to do precise landing, targeting, because it's too short a time frame. You feel yourself going, you just go. So all you have to do is to go after anything on the line, anything down the center, even on the sternum will affect this rib cage area here. But this line underneath the nipple, that's gold. And I've had my ribs cracked this way. It's amazing how fast it happens and how easy it happens before you realize what's going on and how debilitating it. How much it hurts. Yeah, debilitating. Thank you. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to talk about on there. Now I'm off to go get some English lessons, and I'll catch you guys later, all right? Okay, so let's have a great day.